when you're coming off of doing over 100 episodes playing a character, for you as an actor, was your kind of approach as to what you wanted to do next? Were you looking for a guest spot? Were you looking for another series regular role? How did the kind of found come into your life?
I was really just looking for a character that made me feel connected, that really spoke to me. And when I signed on for this character, I didn't have much backstory. I just loved the writing. Like, I read the sides and I was like, I love this character. I really don't know who she is, but I want to know her more. I immediately was drawn to her. So I think that's what I was looking for. And I was really grateful that I found it and found.
Yes. Well, and she has an interesting entrance into the found world. What can you tease about how and why we meet her?
It was quite interesting. And as I got there the first day of set, every single person reminded me how interesting it was, just in the simple fact that they're like, we've never done a scene like this on the show. And I was like, this is a good initiation into the show. It definitely broke the ice in a lot of ways. What I can tease about that first scene is that we really don't know much, which actually makes it even more interesting. We don't know how Brett and Heather got to this place, and clearly they don't know much about each other either. It just feels like these two people have a lot of chemistry that resulted in them having a night together, and it's really fun to watch and to play. Um, and yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. But I do enjoy that the chemistry there was definitely apparent, and it was fun to shoot it with Brett.
Yeah. Well, the tease about her character is that she is a lawyer. How much are we seeing that element of her life in what you have filmed?
I think what's interesting about Heather is her whole life as being a lawyer. I think that ambition is really representative in her work. So she first and foremost is a lawyer and an attorney, and that's all she really cares about in her life, almost to a fault. So that's interesting to go just like with Gabby and Brett, not Brett, sorry, Gabby and Trent being having these opposing things because he's a police officer and she's trying to save people and kind of go around the law. Same with Heather and Brett. It's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic conflicts with each other because she's an attorney that can sometimes represent both good and bad people, and he is a cop who's trying to be on the right side of the law. So I think it's going to manifest itself into some interesting tension that will be really fun to watch unfold.
And obviously M&A has a lot of really important, but also very kind of tense cases. What is Heather's take on what investigations she's actually witnessing?
What is her take on it?
Yeah.
Um, Her take on everything is going to be slightly interesting in regards to, I think, all ambitious people. Again, just like Gabby, I'll make that comparison a lot. Is we don't know where it comes from. What is that? Is it come from a place of trauma? Does it come from a place of drive? Um, but I do feel that both of them, both Gabby and Heather, their ambition comes from a place of trauma, and I think her interest in the cases at M&A will be reflective of the trauma she experienced and how she's become the person she is, and how both Gabby and Heather's trauma will both conflict.
Well, you brought up the comparison to Gabby, and obviously Gabby is someone who is important to Trent. What is Heather's take on that entire situation and Gabby as a whole?
I think she is very intrigued by Gabby and respects Gabby for the work she does. And again, I'll go back to this word that I just keep repeating, but for her ambition, I think she's really respects Gabby in a lot of ways early on. I think what's interesting, you'll see how that unfolds the more she gets to know about Gabby. Just like the entire M&A crew discovered things about Gabby that they weren't also um, happy about. I think as Heather's appreciation, respect for Gabby unfolds a little bit as she begins to know more and more about Gabby.
Yeah. Well, and obviously this is a cast that's been working together now for a season and a half by the time you got in. What was it like kind of getting to work with them and into kind of coming into an established dynamic?
It was so much fun. It was fun because the cast and the crew are amazing, and I think that is very representative of both Shanola being an amazing leader and NK also being an amazing leader. And I think it really shows in the fact that everyone feels like family. Um, and Shanola will be singing and dancing before action and after cut. And Heather's a very tense character. So sometimes I was laughing as they're calling action. And I'm like, Shanola, you can't do that. But she really was able to like really make it such a warm and welcoming environment, as did NK, by also writing such amazing, fun scenes to play as an actor, even though they are all very extremely tense and exciting. But yeah, it was amazing to go from going from Station 19, which also felt like such a family, to play that for 7 years, to go to a show that also feels like such a family, and to be so welcomed with open arms was was I'm very grateful, very, very grateful for.
Because of just the off-cycle production, you filmed your first episodes months ago, and your fans have been so excited for you to pop up. What has it been like watching your fan base kind of anticipate your arrival on the show and seeing their theories about who you may be playing even before you showed up on screen?
I was pretty amazed by that. I mean, I was always amazed at the fan love I even got from Station 19, and then I really didn't know that it would transfer over to a completely different show. I really thought it was linked to that past show that I played that for Station 19 for 7 years. And so it was actually quite overwhelming at first because, like you said, all of the theories that came out so quickly, I was like, what is I was like, I haven't even shot these episodes yet. Like, I don't even know what's happening. But it's also really fun because it's made me go, oh, me and the fans can now connect over this show. And they seem so invested and so interested. I'm actually going to be doing a little rewatch party because my brain is so out of order with scripts and what's aired, because I know what's happening, but I don't know what's aired. And so after the new year, I'm going to do just a rewatch party with the fans on social media so that we can really get invested and excited right before Heather's entrance, January 16th. So I'm excited. I'm really excited and really happy that they are as invested in this role as they were in Maya. And, I hope that they enjoy getting to watch her, whether they like her or not. I hope that they do and get to enjoy getting to watch her. And I love how many people love the show already. That's really made me excited.